What's up, good people? This is Isaiah. And as we look at the tape, we're looking at Tiramisu here. Alright. With a maxed out manifest weapon, which by the way, I used a one turn no AF team comp for that. Okay, in fact, I'm gonna just show you all the team comp I used here. So this is the team here that I put together for it, and the idea being to use Yifa here to pretty much buff the party, Suzette to use her Bolt of Bahamut ability, Cynthia to then basically do this Vent Brilliant attack here, followed by Sesta with her, Twin Blade Wolf ability. And you can take them out in one turn. Now, obviously, because Suzette gives pain and poison at the start of battle, then you want your damage dealers to have pain and poison based rosters. So if we look here, Power of Agony, we have Power of Agony with MP consumption. I'm not even sure where I got this second one from, to be honest with you all. Power of Pain. Okay, and then Resonant Power Shadow, which most likely isn't needed. I just added it because I never used it. So, anyway. And then Cynthia, who's also a damage dealer in this case. And notice how we have this Gojin sword here, which damage when HP under 50%, which is interesting because she only gets underneath that 50% after the ability gets used. It doesn't seem to happen before. Then again, it could be wrong. You know, I guess we'll see. You know what I mean? Elpis Bangle here, which also increases her damage under 80%. Okay. And then we have this Light Shadow HP badge, which I don't know if I want to use. I don't know how big of an increase that gives. But Life Spring Bangle, or Life Spring badge here, gives an extra 1,000. Here, there's probably, what was it called? Giant? I believe it's called Giant Badge. Let's see here. And mainly what we're aiming for is to get her HP pretty much as high as possible. That's pretty much what I'm getting at here. This one gives 300. There's a 500 there. Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother scrolling down the rest of that page because just XP badges. But I guess this works for now. Alright. And then obviously her Grasta, pretty much Power of Pain stuff here. Alright. And then Sesta here, this is what she has. What is this? Drake. Okay. We have her speed because we want her acting after Tiramisu. You know what I mean? So, and then of course we have Sukiya, who I believe she only holds the Power of Gale Katana. And this is mainly for Sesta here. So it's a one turn clear here. Alright. Go ahead and pop up over here. Showcase this. Yep.
I'll send them flying beyond the stars.
That is incredibly loud. Alright, so these are the skills we're using here. Alright, so Suzette would do the damage first, then Yifa should act next, and then Cynthia, and then Sesta.
Witness the power of our bond. Listen, these are the cries of the voiceless.
And there you have it. You know what I mean? One turn. Pretty simple stuff. I had this idea because, as you can see, I'm always testing different team comps for different things. You know what I mean? And I never really know what I'm actually going to come up with. You know, so for example, I think before this one I was testing, here we go. I was testing Venefica really in party. So I'm always testing a handful of different team comps. And this was just one of those team comps that I'm like, okay, we haven't used Cynthia, or I haven't seen any videos using Cynthia in a while. So I wonder what she's actually capable of here. So I threw her on her team, and I'm like, wait, this actually could be useful. She's a win user. I'm like, we can have Suzette act first. Cynthia, or Yifa could buff. Cynthia, could do another attack, and then followed by Zesta, since her abilities are based on her HP count. You know what I mean? So, and there we have it. Pretty simple stuff. All right. So it's a maxed out fight there. All right. Now, in regards to Tiramisu, right? How well is she, right? Honestly, I would stick with using her for mainly clearing dungeons. You know what I mean? Because of the fixed damage. So as we can see, we got the entire board maxed out. She starts to fight with 4 dragon origins. So pretty much I should be able to take her through a variety of different areas and just have her just one-shot pretty much everything because of the amount of fixed damage she does. Now, obviously, there are some caveats to that, meaning it could be placed in a position where she doesn't act first. So she only has a Falcon's Blessing, so that she does, in fact, act first. Assuming nobody else uses a preemptive here. Okay, let me actually make sure that, say, I'm just checking to be sure. Okay, no. Yeah, that's cool. So if we were to take her through, say, Intrana, right? Then I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. Actually, here we have Intrana here. Now, one thing I don't like is just how slow she is, or how slow her ability is. You know what I mean? She can clear just fine, right? There's no issues there, right? So I'm going to just take the typical route I normally do for this one here. Any minute now. Pick this up. There we go. Come on now, give me that. Pick this one.
Time to orchestrate your downfall.
And we're gonna go with the twin dragons here, and then, like I said, we're just making it so that nobody else acts. Yeah, because everybody else has like preemptive abilities here. Wow, why did she act?
Well played.
Okay.
Do better.
Gonna have to take another look at her skill set because she should not have acted there. Let me try something else real quick. Hold on. Oh, that is a preemptive. That's also a preemptive. This is not a preemptive. Perfect.
Feast your eyes on my prowess.
She can clear these enemies just fine. I don't know if this actually has any impact on, like, say, like barriers, for example. I would have to fight something that actually has a barrier. Because I don't know if it would actually do a barrier pierce. You know what I mean? It's fixed damage, sure, but does the fixed damage pierce barriers?
Difficult.
So,
The Symphony of Souls.
I don't know. I guess one way to find out would be to fight something that would actually have a barrier. But I don't know if there's anything in this area that would have. Oh, maybe Blood Ring. We'll run through here first, though. And we'll do it next. We'll go ahead and use the phase shift here. Mind you, I haven't taken her through a phase shift like at all, so I don't know what to expect here. If she dies, then we die, you know what I mean?
Go, Radika. Leave it to me, the Princess of Darkness.
Not bad. One thing to note, that it appears that she should be doing a lot more damage. And the reason why I say that is because she has 4 of the Dragon Origin stacked. You know what I mean? Like right now. And enemy consumption reduced. That's nice. And hold on, what did that say? Oh, that's because of the weapon she's using. If you look at this skill here, with this 4 stacked Dragon Origins, you know, it looks like she should be doing a hell of a whole lot more damage than what she's currently doing. So I don't know. Yeah, let's see here. 3.6 million. Increased damage when used consecutively. Oh, okay, you got to keep using it. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. So it works its way up. This one here. Okay. Max damage 3.6. All right. Haven't used it. Let's see. There we go. And one thing worth mentioning here as well is like you don't really have to worry about replenishing MP either if you were to use that particular skill, because she's going to replenish it automatically, right? With a max manifest weapon, she gets 100 MP every time she uses that skill, so you'll never run out, you know? So, maybe it's just being divided by 2 enemies. Maybe that's what that is.
Get out of my sight!
Who knows?
Session, I'd say.
So, but as we can see, yeah, I mean, she's the queen of mob clearing, you know what I mean?
You ready? Are you okay, Radical?
But like I said, the issue is like that ability is just a bit slow. Which would be like the thing that like would deter most people from actually using it. Or using it, you know, because of how slow it is for clearing mobs. Right, like I did videos already in the past where I'm clearing this dungeon with Felmina, and it's much faster with Felmina. So, or it gives the impression that it's much faster. I guess the main difference is that with using Felmina, like we're setting a zone, you know what I mean, with Daenerys and the 2 other water units. So I guess it may actually end up just evening itself out at the end of the day here. So let's see here.
Okay, give me a break.
Right, so clearly no issues taking on any enemy here. All right. And again, this is primarily what you would likely use it for, just clearing dungeons. Really, in the overworld, this does not work. And what I mean by that is, if you were to take her to, say, this exact location under master difficulty, some of those enemies are acting a little bit too fast. You know what I mean? So you'd have to find ways to really boost her speed over her spirits, so that she acts first. I mean, it needs to be incredibly high, you know, just so that she can act first. Like, I believe there was an enemy that I fought on a set of Magic Zone. I was actually in the ghost ship, and
decent session,
you know, I won the fight, but it took forever. And by forever, I mean like more than 3 turns. It was about 4 turns. Tiramisu cleared the fight, but still, it was like, yeah, this enemy not going down. Now, of course, it could have just been wrong location, right? I went to the ghost ship for crying out loud. So, and that's also without a maxed out manifest weapon. I just went there as soon as I got the manifest weapon to see how she could do. And as you can see, no issues here. All right, she can farm mobs pretty easily. You know what I mean? We're gonna take a shot at Blood Ring, just to see. Like I said, I mean, I don't know if that also takes into account the barrier that these enemies would have. How do I set the difficulty here? Let's see. This is currently on expert. We can go master, just to show you guys what I'm talking about. I said Blood Ring. There we go. And we're mainly looking for enemies who would have a barrier. And I don't think this enemy has a barrier, but let's see if we can take him on anyway.
Alright. Who wants to jam?
No barriers. Yeah, not enough. So as we can see, in that one turn there, not enough damage was actually done. But with the fixed damage, she does more than enough damage here. All right. The thing is going to be keeping her alive, if anything, which could be easy to do if built properly. Let's see, what am I looking for? All I'm really doing is moving things around. Because if your goal is to keep her alive, then obviously you would need a unit that would allow her to do so. So if you think about the tanks, we have Alma over here. We have Radius. We have Particio as well. He has the guard ability, but the thing with Particio is that in order for his guard ability to work, you have to use Stellar Burst in order for that to work correctly. You know what I mean? Which is rather unfortunate, but it is what it is. Okay. And then of course we have I feel like I'm forgetting someone. Lovely, I believe. I think Lovely also has that guard ability. I'd have to double check that because I'm not even entirely sure myself if Lovely has that guard ability. If so, then Lovely would be another one to add. And then of course, who else? Pry. He also has a guard ability. Okay. So, as it stands right now, though, I think the two characters that have like the best one, I would say Pry, because you could technically keep using his, right? Though, like, that stun that you get in the next turn is not something that can be prevented, which is kind of unfortunate. But you can keep using it. You know what I mean? So if you can, like, say, mitigate the next turn, right? Then you're pretty much fine. So Prize seems like it's one of those you can just keep using throughout battle. You know what I mean? Radiuses, this only lasts 3 turns. Like 3 turns that you use them on, right? So technically it could also be used for an entire battle. You know what I mean? If planned accordingly. Particio's, his only lasts 1 turn. Right.
You ready? Skip the order and turn me loose.
Okay. Didn't.
Take that.
Incinerate.
Okay,
I
wasn't
don't
trying to do
extinguish that easy.
I need to increase Tiramisu's speed. But right now our goal is to get her to as much spirit as possible. So let's see here. What would actually increase her speed? That would. 327. Still pretty slow. I was hoping to fight a barrier, an enemy with a barrier. I'm pretty sure the enemies here had barriers.
Who wants to jam?
And it doesn't even look like they do.
This.
But as we can see, she can clear mobs. Let me just take this to, the actual dungeon here. There we go. Just to see, you know what I mean? Intrana. I have 190, so let me go ahead and get the enhance if max HP stuff first. Which I get over here. Excuse me. So these are worth picking up, right? As you build your teams. Okay. Wow, that's the last one. Crystal, nice. Now I have to go get the damn 30 or so needed to get inside a blood ring, which is kind of unfortunate, but I definitely wanted that last one there. So anyway, fortunately, it's easy to get these here. Just a phase shift will get you most of the time all that you need.
I won't break. The Symphony of Souls has ended.
Actually, I think the enemies in the maze actually would have barriers. So we'll see. We'll see.
Hey, give me a break.
Here we go.
Decent session.
Like I said, the ability itself is a bit slow, but like I said, she could be useful when it comes to. I didn't mean to go here, but you know, whatever. I guess we're here. All right.
Live.
Yeah, I meant to go to the
by the
labyrinth,
might of
not
my
the
shield.
ruins, but whatever. I guess we can again just showcase how she's the mob clear. You know
No
what I
one
mean?
could defeat a dragon
So-
summoner.
And honestly, this is all I would actually use her for.
This won't be so
You know, if I didn't have team comps already available to me to clear mobs,
Decent
then
session, you'd say.
I wouldn't really bother with using her. I don't even have enough to do enter a phase shift, which is rather unfortunate. And we'll do this. We're gonna have to have. We're gonna one of these days. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a unit that does chaos. So, one of these days. At least I would hope so. Because look how like useful this is. Fire, water, wind, earth type attack damage increased. You know what I mean? That's incredibly useful. You know what I'm saying? So this one has a barrier, which is good. And like I mentioned before, I don't really know if she would actually pierce that barrier. So, oh yeah, there she goes. Okay, so I guess that answers that question. You know, where it might be piercing barriers. You know, the fixed damage deal here. You know what I mean? Okay, cool. I guess that answers that. Let's see, how much HP did Murphy have? You know, EPS Murphy. So we're gonna go over there real quick. We're gonna go Industrial Ruins, leave, head on over to Murphy, who's over there. And my goal, oh man, hold on a second. My goal with fighting him isn't actually to defeat him, right? That's not the goal here. The goal is actually to see if, you know, the barrier pierce is actually true. You know, I know we just fought that boss and it gives the impression that it's true, but you know, you never know. But there's one enemy we know that has a barrier. It's definitely Murphy. All right, so barrier is up. Okay, for 4 turns.
Incinerate.
Okay, yeah, barrier's definitely up, and she definitely does pierce the barrier, it seems. Like I said, I really don't mind losing this fight. You know what I mean? That was 3-0. Wow.
That's it?
There's that 4.8. Yeah, I'm trying to lose this fight. So the fight can end. So. We already know that she can pierce barriers here.
The
Finally.
time time for rebirth has
Yeah,
come.
it's gonna be tough finding an enemy that has an active barrier at the start of the fight. Like I said, I'm pretty sure enemies in Blood Ring have them. The fact that I just couldn't fight one is what bothers me the most. Let's see here. Alright, so we're gonna keep here. Take a look. Let's go through here. Because maybe this is where the enemies would have barrier. Let's see. I should probably heal up. Oh, no, we're fine. We're fine.
I will not lose another.
Alright, perfect. So, he has the barrier up. Alright. And we'll just see. No, I did not mean to do that. Right, okay. So she does, in fact, pierce the barrier here with the fixed damage. Which is good news. You know what I mean? Now, obviously, at this level of difficulty,
Incinerate.
she won't do enough damage to clear this fight in 3 turns. And this team comp isn't actually built for another force either. You know what I mean? So, if anybody wants to see her ability here, I should have enough to get to it. I don't know, we'll see. We have full AF bar. Let's see.
Take that.
Okay, hold on.
Ours is a bond to last the ages. What?
More fixed damage for you. Oh, well, this fight is over. Gonna have to fight something else here. But, yeah, that's pretty much it, though. Like I said, I mean, mainly what I would personally use her for is really for,
Eyes on my prowess.
damage. You know, mainly with clearing mobs. So, I'm gonna throw in Aldo here.
Time for adventure.
Just to get a full AF bar. Just to show off that, ability of hers. I mean, like I said, personally, I don't think her skills are really meant for another force. You know what I mean? But that's just me. We gotta try to not kill this bag, because remember, it's fixed damage. You know what I mean? So we'll see here. All right, let's see. Come on. Come on. Go. And we'll just use hers.
Ours is a bond to last the ages.
Alright. And
Awaken, evil eye.
nice. So that's her Stellar Burst skill there. So, like I mentioned before, though, primarily what I would use her for is just for clearing mobs. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much it. There's not much else I would actually use her for, personally. You know, is her damage potential out there outrageous? Yeah, I would definitely say so. There's a handful of enemies you can literally one-shot, you know, with this fixed damage here. So let's use this one here. Could she hit the damage? What's interesting is that she doesn't hit the damage cap. No, imagine if it was like in the billions. You know what I mean? You'd be like, yeah, Tiramisu is broken at this point. You know, but like I said, Queen of Mob clearing, in my opinion. So if you have her and you take her through dungeons, you're gonna be fine through most of them. You know what I mean? Make sure her speed is up there, right? In fact, you can give her like a weak weapon, like say, I'm thinking like the mechanized weapons, or any weapon that increases her speed. You know what I mean? Let's see, because right now we're just using her weapon. I can give her, say, this here, which boosts her speed to 377, and, you know, take her through dungeons, and you have her mob clear. You're really at, like I said, you're at no real risk of losing MP simply because she'll replenish her own MP, you know, and be just fine. You know what I mean? So, yeah, that's pretty much it for Tiramisu. I have to go about testing Daisy here, which is over here. Okay, I've been taking her through the frogs, right? And for anyone wondering, the amount of experience needed to reach a max level manifest, all right? It's 131 clears at the frog extreme, right? So that's about 1 hour and 45 minutes to clear a manifest weapon. To max level, okay, starting at level 1 to level 100, that's about 9 hours, all right? 693 clears. At level 80 to level 100, that's about 658 clears, right? So about 8 hours, you know what I mean? So she's at 87, all right, because I just had her in the party here as I cleared and leveled up Tiramisu's manifest. All right, but yeah, that's Tiramisu here. My thoughts on her right now, at least. You know, like I said, I'll primarily use her just to clear mobs. Really, she's not really one to be used in, she'd probably be used in some boss fights because of this fixed damage she can do, right? So if you're fighting against a boss and it has multiple enemies, you know, it's like, okay, let me just throw in Tiramisu real quick, you know, to clear out the, you know, the fluff, if you will, clear out the fat, and then just keep you and the boss in the fights, you know what I mean? So yeah, that's pretty much it. My thoughts on Tiramisu, okay? I'm sure somebody else is going to create a video showcasing a bit more damage here. For me personally, like I said, I would just use it for clearing dungeons, you know what I mean? But that's just me. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here, and I'll talk to you all later.